Hello there, it's Wednesday the 5th of December 2012. Chris Reardon with today's United Kingdom talk, and we plough on towards Christmas. Yes, we have now had the first Sunday of Advent. You don't know what that is, do you? Oh, God. Heathens, dear. Heathens. Advent are the 4 Sundays before Christmas, the birth of Christ. That's what it is. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. The shops have all hijacked it. It is a birth of Christ. It is Christmas. Christmas. And we've just had the first Sunday of Advent. It's all gone so quick, isn't it? Eh? There's all these people buzzing around shops, desperately trying to get things in at the last minute. So you don't have to worry so much, dear. You really don't. Christmas is about time. It's not about giving hundreds of presents and it. It's all about families and all that and getting together. That's what it's all about. I mean, I've got to be honest, I take the easy option. I have done now for the last few years. And I simply, for my sister and my nieces and nephews, I get an empty envelope and I put a little bit of money in there, seal the envelope, write the name on the front, job done. None of this running around the shops trying to get this, that and the other with unhelpful people in the shop or ordering everything online, Amazon or any of that lot. Oh, no, I can't be doing with it all. I really can't. And the trouble is with ordering stuff online, I do like to order stuff. I've got to be honest, I like ordering stuff online. It's wonderful. You know, you push a couple of buttons and something comes whizzing for the post and a few days later a parcel arrives at your house and you open. Oh, it's so exciting, isn't it? It really is, getting a parcel for it, even if you've ordered it yourself. You know, the secret is to order something online and then purposely forget what you've ordered. And then when it comes a few days later, you can pretend it's a surprise. Oh, I wonder what I ordered. And then it's like someone sent you a gift in the post. It's a long time since anyone sent me a gift in the post, to be honest. But it was all very nice. And I just don't bother with all that anymore. I just put a bit of money in an envelope and everyone's happy. I've mentioned before on the show, I've never quite understood the logic behind gift vouchers. You know, perhaps buying a Woolworths gift voucher if you're in Australia, or a Macy's gift voucher in the States, or a Curry's gift voucher, or a Halfords if you're in the UK, or something like that. What on earth? Why do you want to tie yourself to one shop? I just don't get it. I can't understand how the whole voucher concept took off, to be honest. Because at the end of the day, surely you're better, if you don't want all the hassle of going around shopping and that, you know, surely you're better to just put that money in an envelope and do it like that. Or, if you want to get more money, more bang for your bucks, so to speak, you know, and you're insistent on buying a present, wait until just after Christmas, because you will get more for your money. I've asked for a couple of tiny little things from my family. From my sister, I've asked her to get me some glass Tupperware boxes. Now, I don't know if they do them, or perhaps I should say glass storage units. Not like long thing, you know, like the Tupperware boxes, square things with a lid on. I want to know if they do any glass ones of those, because I've noticed whenever I do cooking, if I do, because I tend to do lots of cooking at the same time, when I do a load of cooking, say for example, chili con carne, right? Endless amounts of chopped up tomatoes and red stuff in there. And you've only got to use these plastic Tupperware boxes once. You know what I mean, girls? Ladies, you know what I'm talking about here. You've only got to use them once. And then immediately, the inside is all stained, isn't it? So I'm thinking, surely if I get glass ones, it's not going to stain. So I've asked my sister if she can find me a few of those. And from my best friend Ronnie, I've asked him to buy me TomTom Live for my iPhone 5. TomTom Live is like a Satnav thing, but it includes live traffic information. Now, I do have a Satnav built into the car. I got a Toyota Yaris, and it's got a Satnav built into the car. But quite honestly, I've been less than impressed with it. The maps were very quickly out of date, and I went to update the maps, and you can't get just one map for the UK. You have to buy the whole of Europe, and it's £130 for you know, for a set of maps for Europe, which is just ridiculous. Why on earth they haven't got... And I wrote to them, I said, have you got a map for UK? No, only for the whole of Europe. Well, what bloody good is that to anyone? So I'm not going to bother upgrading that at all. And I should probably... It's got me from A to B. But there's been occasions where there were new roads and, well, where do I go now? You know, and you've got to kind of guess your way and you get kind of back on track. And you're looking at this little map on the screen in the middle of the car and it shows you going through a green field or something like that. That, and also, what's the other thing wrong with that? Oh, yes, the other thing. If the sunlight's coming in through the car window, it hits the screen in the middle of the car, you can't see a bloody thing. You cannot see a thing, even with the contrast turned full up. So I think they need to work on that a little bit more. That's the only thing I don't like about my Toyota Yaris, the Satnav, which I got for a very good price. I got it for £100, the whole unit, instead of £500. I'd be bitterly disappointed if I'd paid well, I wouldn't have paid £500. Simple as that. Knowing that I can get a TomTom for less than £100, I just wouldn't pay it. That's the end of the story. But they did it for me for £100, and I've been disappointed with that. So I've asked for a little TomTom. And the reason I know this TomTom Live thing is good is he's already got it for his car, which is once again in the garage. Oh, yeah. Ron, I've got to tell you, Ron's got a BMW, a very flash car, you know, push a button, fold down roof and all that. This car is in and out of the garage. Not necessarily because some things have gone wrong. I think this is... What was he? He had something else go wrong. This time, okay, so I've been cleaning out his loft, right, helping him clear out the loft, because he's got the people coming down to put new insulation in the loft. And quite frankly, why he's having it done, I don't know, because that house is hot anyway. He's always got the heating full up, my best mate. Oh, you go round there and you sweat. He's walking around with no top on. You know, what a waste of gas. Terrible waste of gas. You know what I'm like with me electric and gas. If I don't use it, it goes off. You know, it's not a very hot... This house is warm enough for me. You know, I don't sit here cold or anything, but you go around his house, it's like a bloody sweatbox. It really is. Oh, it's too much. So he's having the insulation done. So he had to take up the floorboards because he got some floorboards upstairs. He's got to take those out first before they put the insulation up. And he's got a load of stuff to chuck out. So he put the roof down on his car. I think it was Sunday he did. Loaded the back of his car with all this stuff. Took it down the dump. Dumped it. Pushed the button. Ha! Roof won't go up. Ah! I love it when a flash car... I'm sorry, I'm not being nasty. But he is a little bit, you know... above himself, do you know what I mean? And I love it when things like that go wrong. Posh things go wrong. I'm not being nasty, you know, I'm just having a little laugh, And it just wouldn't go up again. So they've picked that car up and they've given him a Vauxhall Astra car while that one's being fixed. And I have to say, I had a Vauxhall Astra. Do you remember I had that accident? Oh, it's over a year ago now. Do you remember that? Someone hit me up the arse? Up the back of the car. Do you remember that? They gave me a Vauxhall Astra. Oh, I hated it. Absolutely hated it. It's a great big blooming heavy old... well, it's new, brand new car. But it was cumbersome and clunky and big and heavy. And you thought, well, why is this so big and heavy, this car? It's only a car. And I couldn't understand why it was just... It just didn't do it for me at all. It really didn't. And you only had to touch the side of the car and you'd get a dent. Really did not like that Vauxhall Astra. Anyway, he's got that at the moment. That's the second time it's gone in with a fault. The other thing, I think, what was it? Some light came on in the car, so, you know, one of those warning lights, and they had to sort that out. So that's done. But it's also been out every time he has if he gets like a dent or a scuff on the wheel or something like that, it's in the garage again. Yes, he pays £40 to have this scuff mark removed from the wheel. But that's how he is, you know. To me, doesn't bother me. A car gets me from A to B. Dent here, dent there. What's the problem? I don't see a problem. Really don't see a little scratch here, little scratch there. So what? You know, it doesn't bother me at all. He you know, obviously he hasn't had to pay for a lot of this stuff. But if he did, you know, he would have spent thousands on that car. Thousands on it. having bits and pieces done to it all the time. Oh, no. Couple of scratches on the car, little dent. So what? God's sake, why do people worry so much? So that's what's going on with him at the moment. And Ronnie and his car, eh? Ronnie and his car. Nice BMW. Very uncomfortable. I find the car, it looks fantastic. Don't get me wrong. The car looks fantastic. But it is possibly, because it's a sports car, it's probably the reason, it is the most uncomfortable car I have ever sat in my life. Okay? It really is. Now, many years ago, I had a very old black BMW. I only paid a few £100 for it. And it was really clapped out. No, wrong. It wasn't clapped out. It was very worn. You know, the seats, the fabric on the seats had worn through and you could see the foam come up. And it was the paintwork was dull, but it was a car. That car, well, that wasn't a sports car. That was a, what do they call it now? Family car. Like a saloon. Now that, to me, was the most comfortable car I've ever sat in. So it's nothing to do with the make. It must be the type of car, whether it's a sports car or something like that. You know, that's probably what makes it uncomfortable. The most uncomfortable car I ever owned was a Ford Sierra. And it had these bucket seats which kind of gripped you on the side, you know. And with an ever-increasing waist like mine, it was a bit of a grip, to be honest. Talking of weight, I don't know how to tell you this. 12 stone 12 now. 12 stone 12. We are getting a little bit close. We're getting a little bit close to that 13 stone mark. I've really got to do something about it. Really have. And it's overeating. That's what it is. The size of my lunch, and I've just had lunch today before I came to talk to you today, was quite enormous. But it is all vegetables. So, you know, I'm vegetarian. But there's a lot of them. Big lot of potatoes. And I like, with the potatoes, I like to mash up onions, do you? Well, Waitrose had a special offer on them. Popped in there Sunday. And 2 packets of ready chopped red onions. I love the smell of... Do you like the smell of onions? Oh, it's beautiful. And if you put some in this fridge, right, and you don't wrap them properly, you open the door and then whoosh, this smell, whoosh it goes. This smell of chopped onions hits your mouth, hits your nose. Oh, it's lovely. Anyway, I put an entire packet of chopped onions in with the potatoes, mashed it all up, and I had a packet of vegetables and 2 Linda McCartney veggie burgers with some mushroom melt thing on top. Very tasty indeed, but very large portions. And I think that's what the problem is. I do need to do something about that. That and the fact that the last couple of visits at Belushi's I've done just before I've started work, because I've got there a little bit, because I got there a little bit early. I do tend to get to work too early. Like the Belushi's in Borough High Street, I'm there and I'm set up and ready 45 minutes before I'm due to start. I've always been like that. Oh, yeah, you know, if I've got to be somewhere, especially for work, must be honest, not always if it's like visiting a friend or sometimes I generally get there bang on time. But appointments for doctors, dentists, anything like that, I can't just get there on time. I need to be there early. So that if they want to see me early on, then that's fine. I don't moan if they don't see me earlier, but I like to be at places on time. You know, I did a 50th birthday party on Saturday. And again there, the start time was 7 o'clock. I aimed to be there at 6 o'clock. Okay, got there at 5:30. I was all set up and ready to go at 6:10. Everything was set up, the lights, the sound, all ready, 6:10. And then I'm just kind of sitting there wondering what to do. But better to be late than never, because you never know, do you? You might hit the traffic or something like that. It's always a bit of a worry. Very nice 50th birthday party it was. Not overrun with people, you know. They could have got 3 times the amount of people that went. Nevertheless, everyone appeared to have a good time. And at the end of the night, as always, loads of food left over. It always looks lovely, these buffets that they have at people's various events and functions, weddings, birthdays, that sort of thing. A load of food. And I just managed, because I saw one of the ladies, she picked up this big silver platter of chicken drumsticks. Now, These clearly weren't frozen chicken drumsticks from Asda or Aldi or somewhere like that, you know, minuscule things. These were big old bastards, these were. I mean, they really were. That chicken must have been quite old where these came from. They were big pieces of chicken. And I said, oh, do you mind if I have a couple of those? She said, no, don't. Oh, lovely people, salt of the earth people. No, you're all right, love. You take what you want. Do you want some of these then? I said, yeah, if you don't mind. I says, I'm vegetarian myself, but my cat will go mad if I walk in with some chicken drumsticks. She said, have what you like. She had a big plate full. There was about 10 on this plate. And shocking, really. It's all getting chucked away. You know, what terrible ways, but that's just the way it is. So I got two of the paper plates. And this is how big they were. I only managed to get 4 drumsticks on the plate. They were huge, these things. Huge. So I put another plate on top, bit of silver foil, and thanked the lady. She said, do you want any more? I said, no, that'll be all right, my love. And I put them next to me. And it was only 20 minutes before it was due to finish. So I took all the stuff down and got home, put my stuff away in the house. And Katie, because she knows, as soon as you bring something in the house like that, she knows. She absolutely knows. Oh, my phone's ringing. I wonder who that is. Can you hold on a moment, please? Can you hold on? Hello? Yes? May I help? Is it? Oh, that's 500 less, isn't it? Right, okay. Good. Okay. Righty-ho, then. Yes, that's fine. Okay. Right. Righty-ho, then, dear. Thank you. You what? Oh, I want to see that. I want to see that. I do want to see that. Oh, can we get some photos? Yes, please. Must go, dear. Thank you. Good. Goodbye. That was my best friend on the phone. What it is, he's having his bathroom done at the moment. And he's having a rain shower. I'm not quite sure. I think that's like a big head, you know, above you. Like rain. I'm not quite sure exactly what that is. And he was just had a quote to do all his tiling. £1,000. Jeez. £1,000 to just put a few tiles on the wall. It's dear, isn't it? Oh, dear. I wish I could do those things myself. These people must make an awful lot of money, these people who do that. And he said, the boys that are putting in and that are doing the bathroom are really nice. Do I want to go round and have a look? Well, I might just do that. He's on his way to the hospital at the moment. He's having something done there. So, yes, he's having his bathroom done. Sorry, but you don't mind me taking a phone call on there, do you? While I'm having a chat with you. Back to Saturday. So I've come in, and immediately the cat's around my leg. She knows I've got something. Meow, meow. In fact, Katie. I don't know where she is. Katie. Katie. No, she's nowhere to be heard today. I got a chicken leg out, whirled the thing, which she went mad. Meow, 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 meow. Trying to get this chicken leg out of my hand. Anyway, I broke it up and put it down, and I went straight to bed. And in the morning, I gave her another 2 chicken legs. She had that for breakfast, and she had another one at night. So 4 great big chicken legs, and she's had them. Our dear friend Marge, because I put all this on Facebook, our friend Marge, she said, shame on you, you should be trying to get your cat to become vegetarian, the same as you. I don't think she'd have that somehow. She'd start going out and killing birds and things like that. She already tried to bring one in, a couple of years ago, she tried to bring in a live bird. She was standing at the door with this bird in her mouth and it was still flapping away. How awful, isn't it, eh? Anyway, so that was it. Yes, that was my Saturday, and a very nice time was had by all, especially me and the buffet and the bits of chicken. Okay, doke, let's do some emails on this Wednesday. Hello to Johnathan, who writes, Actually, Johnathan sent this in on the 23rd of November, so sorry, Johnathan, you've been waiting a bit for this. Hope you're well, not too lonely, with your best mate away on holiday. No, he's back now. I personally love it when my housemate is away. It means I don't have to sit through awful sitcoms on E4. Oh, dreadful television, isn't it? Dreadful television, Johnathan. Do you like Merlin? Do you like watching Merlin, Johnathan? Because that's coming to an end at this series. It's the last series. The one Saturday each week, I watch it and I'm thinking, my God, this was the best show ever. And once again, last week was the best one ever. It's just peak. It really is peak. I've never known a programme to peak as high as it is now. We've had 4.5 years of Merlin. Obviously not the whole year round, just for the autumn series. We've had it, this is the 5th year, and it's been, I've never known a series to build and build and build across such a long time span. And right now it is peaking so high. And it was funny. Oh, you've got to watch Merlin, Johnathan, you really have. The trouble is, I think, certainly, maybe not so much with the first 4 series, but certainly with this series 5, it's you can't just dip in and out of it. You've got to watch it from the first one because the story is carrying through and it's just made so well, that programme. It really is. Johnathan says, I have to say I'm a bit like you when it comes to food. A couple of years ago, we went to Shanghai and the food was so different that half the time you didn't know what you were ordering and most times it was horrible. Oh, really? You see, I mean, I can completely understand that, Johnathan, to be honest. I mean, people, like, you know what people are like, oh, why don't you try it? I don't want to try it. Don't want it. And I look at it and the look and the smell and I think, oh, no, I can't be touching any of that. Johnathan says, I like trying new things and the people were fantastic. But after a while we ended up in Subway and McDonald's, I'm ashamed to say. Hardly mixing with the culture, I know. But when you are hungry, that goes out the window. I'm afraid to say now I'm not a big fan of oh, what's happened there? Just a minute. Something's gone wrong. Just a second. Just one moment, please. I don't know what's happened there. Oh, I know. Let me do that. Has that worked? That's better. Those of you watching the show, we went into a moment of blurry then for some reason. I don't know why that was. Yes, I'm not a fan of McDonald's. I'm sure their food is all right, and certainly they are very, very clean in McDonald's and places like that. But everything's fried, everything's done in fat and oil and everything, and I really don't think it's too good for you. But probably like you, Johnathan, I too would end up in McDonald's having veggie burgers and chips all the time. But I have to say, one thing I do like in McDonald's is apple pies. Oh, I do like, and they're always like 2 for £1.50 or something like that, aren't they? You can't have one of those. The McDonald's pies are just delicious. I love them. Johnathan says, on the subject of cats, I think you're right. That's why I like cats. They are so bloody rude sometimes, but that's what makes them so funny. And they live their own lives as much as domestic animals can do anyway. Also, cats are the funniest animals on the planet. Have you watched Simon's cat on YouTube? So accurate. I'm sorry, can you just wait a minute? I've got another phone call here. Hello? 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 All right, Mary? You got your coat all right then? Yeah. Oh, not to worry, Mary. What can I do for you, my darling? It was great. I really enjoyed that. That was the best one so far. That was really good. And it's the first time I've sung Elvis. I've never done Elvis before. Never ever done Elvis. Funny, isn't it? And like with some songs, and like certain singers, they need to be in the same key. And I never realised Elvis is in the same key as the way I sing. And, so that's good. sideburns and everything next year. I'll have to get the outfit, I think. I could set up as one of those Elvis characters in, in Las Vegas, they walking around. Yes. Elvis convention. Well, well, I think I'm going to have to practice some more Elvis. In fact, I might. Oh, young Jan, yes. Yeah, yeah. Oh, God! I'm going to have to tell that one on my show. I'm going to have to tell that one on the show. That is funny. That is funny. Mary, I'm going to have to cut you short at the moment. Can I bring you back in a bit? I won't be long, Mary. All right. Bye-bye, darling. That's Mary. She came to the karaoke night on Sunday. I do karaoke on Sundays now, as well as Mondays and Wednesdays. But the Sunday one is in Camden Town at Belushi's. And it was a bit of a leave and do. One of the karaoke regulars has recently met a lady. He's a lovely bloke. His name's George. He's an over 50, and so is... I don't know how old the lady is. I think she's around... certainly late 40s. Maybe she is over 50, I don't know. But a lovely lady, and they kind of got together a few months ago, and he's decided to leave London and go down and live with her and be together. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that wonderful? I love stories like that. And he's literally given up everything in London and going down to live with her in Littlehampton. He's trying to get a job down there at the moment, but it's, of course, very difficult for her. It's probably easier for people to get jobs in London than it is any part of the country. But that's what's going on there. So we had this karaoke night yesterday. And for the first time, I did Elvis Presley. I'll do a bit of Elvis before the end of the show, okay? If we've got enough time, I'll sing you a little Elvis song, all right? But there was another lady there. I won't tell you her name. I hope you didn't pick it up from what I was just talking about. There was another lady singing there. She stopped singing halfway through the song. And she had a really good voice. I thought, well, and you don't ask people if they don't want to stop singing, then fine, that's down to them. But she said to me, Mary just said to me on the phone, the reason she stopped singing was because the glue on her false teeth had come undone and her teeth dropped. I love it! I love it, don't you? Oh dear, bless her heart. I bet I'm not supposed to know that, I suppose. I hope they come next week, because it was a good little night. That's a new karaoke we're doing every Sunday night at Belushi's in Camden Town, 8 till 12. Free entry, no photo ID or anything like that needed. Okay, once again, Belushi's every Sunday night at number 50 Camden High Street, and that's in London, Sunday nights, 8 till 12, all right? Back to the email then. Johnathan was saying about cats. Oh, my cat, Katie, bit my nose the other day. It was my own fault. She was at the top of the stairs, and often I'd go right up to her and I'd give her a little stroke and a cuddle. But, as I got closer to her, I could see it in her eyes. If you've got a cat, you'll know exactly what I mean by that. Also, I've got hiccups now. When you look at your cat, and you get close, and you see her eyes, she's like, don't come near me. And she had one of those looks on her face. The eyes were really big and black. She's like, don't come near me. I got a bit closer and a bit closer. And I was worried. I thought, oh, is she going to scratch me or something here? As I got closer, she went, yeah, and bit my nose and run off. And she made my nose bleed. At the side, there was a little cut. But we still love them. We love our cats. Johnathan says, also, have you watched Simon's Cat on YouTube? So accurate. Yes, I have. Simon's Cat is a cartoon thing that this guy does. And it's really very, very, very good indeed. They're only like 2 or 3 minute videos. You've got to watch them. You've got to watch them. Just go onto YouTube and type in Simon's Cat. All right? Johnathan says, I slightly disagree with you what you say about intelligence, because I was saying I think people are less intelligent these days. Johnathan says, I don't think people are less intelligent these days, just intelligent in different ways. I didn't see the research, so who am I to argue with scientists? But I think it's natural that technology will make people excel in other ways, but not in a lesser way than before. Where I do agree is that people are always on their phones and not aware of the outside world. So many times when I walk to work in the morning in London, I've seen near misses when people walk over the road, oblivious to a bus coming towards them, because they're doing a text message. I mean, they really are. They're just walking along, looking at the phone. And even worse than that, if you're on like a cycle, if you're on a bike on a cycle path and people walk on these and they're on the phones and they don't have oblivious to everything going on around them. Absolutely oblivious. He says there's also a sheep mentality. When the lights on are red and a few cross, others do. And when they are shocked when cars start coming towards them. Yeah, well, they do. They start wandering across the road altogether just because someone else has. And the other thing I notice now is people get to like crossings with the push button, so you push the button, red man comes on, then the green man says cross, right? I've seen people now get to these crossings, pelican crossings, that's what they're called. When they get to these pelican crossings with the button to push, and they just stand there. They stand there and wait for someone else to push the button. Trouble is, more and more people are doing it now. So, I mean, I've got up to crossings before, and there's been 5 or 6 people standing there, and no one has pushed the button. What on earth is all that about? Can someone explain that to me? Why aren't people pushing the buttons anymore? They're just standing there like zombies. And they are. They really are zombies. Sometimes I'll be cycling along. And I like to think of myself as a friendly chap. Not just cycling along in a club, in a bar, working somewhere. I say hello, and most people, hello, and all this. And some people you say hello, and there's nothing there. They just look at you blankly. There is absolute... And you're thinking, hello, is there anything going on in that head? There's just nothing there at all. Have you found that? Let us know. My email address is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. But that people are becoming zombies. They absolutely are. Johnathan says, anyway, pleased to hear you'll be doing a video in New York. Are you going to take some video of Times Square, Battery Park, Brooklyn Bridge? Would be a good show, although I guess it would not work too well with the audio-only show. No idea yet. I'll just take my little camera over there and me audio stuff, and we'll see what just comes of it, really. Take care, Chris. He's loving the new format, the 2 half-hour shows, and that's from Johnathan. Thank you very much, Johnathan. Nice to hear from you. It really is. Nice to hear from you, sir. Okay, now let me see. Oh, my word, we've done half an hour, haven't we? And I didn't do Marge's email. How long's Marge's email? Let me have a little look. Because that usually deserves a little bit of time all to itself. Where is Marge's email? Oh. Marge? Where's your email gone? Maybe there isn't one from you. I'm sure there was. Wasn't there an email from Marge here somewhere? What's this here? Oh, hang on. Aha! Aha. Oh, there is... Oh. Marge, can I leave that till Saturday? Do you mind? Can I leave your other email till Saturday? Do you mind? Because I do want to sing now. I haven't sung for ages and ages. I'm going to sing a little bit of Elvis Presley today, okay? All right? Because I did Elvis for the first time on Sunday at the Belushi's place, and I'd like to do this for you now, okay? And then I shall say goodbye. Let me just put my headphones on and get my sound ready. Bit of echo on the voice. You ready for this? Here we go. The Wonder of You. Yeah. When no one else can understand me, when everything I do is wrong, You give me hope and consolation. You give me strength to carry on. And you're always there to lend a hand in everything I do. That's the wonder of you. And when you smile, the world is brighter. You touch my hand and I'm a king. Your kiss to me is worth a fortune. Your love is me, is everything. I guess I'll never know the reason why you love me like you do. That's the wonder of you. There we are, and I shall leave you there today, boys and girls. Thank you very much for joining me. Don't forget my email address is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk, right? chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. I'll see you on Saturday's show. Thanks for watching and listening. Bye-bye now. Oh, hang on a minute, the words haven't come up. Oh, I shall have to report that. Oh, here we are. That's the wonder of you. See you Saturday.